16 points. Kumasi High School has 23 points. St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School has 27 points. We have a long way to go, 4 more rounds. Round 2. This round is also known as the speed race. The questions in the round are directed to all 3 schools simultaneously. For an opportunity to answer a question, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, St. Thomas Aquinas? Yours, Presbyterian Boys. And yours, Kumasi High School. If you ring and answer correctly on the first attempt, 3 points. On the second attempt, 2 points. On the third attempt, 1 point. If you attempt to answer a question and you are unsuccessful, you lose a precious point. For questions requiring calculations, you have a maximum of 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have a maximum of 10 seconds to do so. Best wishes to all 3 schools. First question, 10 seconds. Under what condition is population inversion said to have occurred in a laser gain medium? Yes, which of you bright?
In a laser gain medium, population inversion is said to occur where there are many excited electrons in the excited state rather than in the ground state. As such, there are more electrons collected at...
Yes. Thirty seconds. Find the power factor of a series LCR circuit with L equals 10 millihenry, R equals 2 ohm, and C equals 0.2 millifarad at an angular frequency of 1,000 radians per second. They made it. Okay, go ahead. Mauli.
0.5.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 0.92. 30 seconds. An X-ray tube is operated with a potential difference of 45 kilovolts between anode and cathode. Find the wavelength of the most energetic X-ray photons the target emits. The right answer is 28 picometers. Thirty seconds. Consider the following 2 equilibrium reactions and their corresponding equilibrium constants at 190 degrees Celsius. N2 gas plus O2 gas going to 2NO gas. That's equation 1. And the constant, Kc, is equal to 3.0 times 10 to the power negative 18. The second one, 2NO gas plus O2 gas going to 2NO2 gas. And Kc is 2.5 times 10 to the power 6. Use the information given to determine the equilibrium constant, K equilibrium, of the reaction. N2 gas plus 2O2 gas going to 2NO2 gas. Yes, Mauli.
The K of the reaction is 7.5 times 10 raised to the power negative 12.
Yes. "30 seconds. A gas cylinder is filled with oxygen gas at 27 degrees Celsius and 400 kilopascal. Calculate the pressure in the cylinder when the room temperature goes up by 30 degrees Celsius and give your answer to one place of decimal." Yes, which of you? Senna.
4,400 kilopascal.
That's incorrect.
That's one place of decimal.
Yes, Bonnie.
440 kilopascal.
I can't give that to you. The right answer is 440.0 kilopascal, one place of decimal. Seconds. One way of solving the problem of hardness of water before using it to wash articles of clothing is to soften it before use. What is another way of solving the problem? Yes, Jerry.
The other way of solving is the addition of other compounds such as sodium triisobicarbonate 4 to remove the cations present in the water so as to form soluble precipitate.
No, I'm moving on. Who rang? Yes, go ahead, Senna.
You can use an ion exchanger where when you pass the water through the ion exchanger.
No. Okay, so how to go about it is to use a synthetic detergent which does not form insoluble salts with a calcium 2 plus and magnesium 2 plus. All right, 10 seconds for this next set of 3. There are several essential theories in biology. In scientific sense, what is the meaning of the word theory? Yes, Christopher.
A theory is a unifying principle that is used to obtain a body of facts. So a theory is used to explain a natural phenomenon, and it has never been disproved. And it has proved a lot of facts.
No, I can't accept it. Who ran next? Okay, go ahead, Senna.
A theory is a generally accepted scientific principles that is used to explain a phenomena that is observed in
A number of phenomena.
that's observed in our universe.
And it has not been disproved.
I'm not accepting it. Did you ring? Okay, Bonnie.
A theory refers to ideas, statements, or facts that are obtained from an experiment and have to be tested upon before they are being made into laws.
I'm not accepting that either. We are in the semi-final, so I'm very picky. And also, this is the speed race. This is not round one where I can be given partial credit, you see. So it has to be all very perfect. Okay, so a theory is a hypothesis that has been supported by many, many experiments and observations.
Bienvenue au Nsmq. Bienvenue au Nsmq. Bienvenue au Nsmq. Bienvenue au Nsmq.
Next one. If a lion was hunting, it would want to find food that would give it more energy from eating the food than it would spend hunting for the food. What name is given to this process or situation? It's called efficient foraging or economical foraging. Next one. In a natural population of green insects, several individuals acquired a mutation that made them purple and toxic to their main predatory bird species. What will happen to this population over time? Which of you? Yes, Anna?
This kind of observation is due to natural selection. So these purple insects have acquired a characteristic that gives them an upper hand over their green insects, their green siblings or something like that. So this makes them more adapted to the environment, such that they are less hunted on by their predators. So their population increases. And whilst the green insects, their population would decrease because they do not have that kind
On and on and on and on. Next set, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And by the way, it's the last set of the round. The sum of the digits of a two-digit decimal number is 8. If the digits are reversed, the number is 18 more than the original number. Find the two-digit number. Yes, Christopher?
I'm 35.
You're right. Simplify. Square root of 189. Yes, Christopher.
Madam, 17.
That's incorrect. Who rang next? Go ahead. Go ahead, Mauli.
3 root 21.
You're right. Evaluate and simplify. Tangent of 30 degrees plus cosine of... Go ahead, which of you? Yes, Jerry.
Root 3 over 3.
That's incorrect. I continue. Plus cosine of 60 degrees. Go ahead, Mauli.
5 over 6 root 3.
That's incorrect. I continue. All over sine of 30 degrees. Yes, Bright.
We have the expression 2 root 3 plus 3 all over 3.
You're right. Yes. Ring and answer again.
We have the expression 2 root 3 plus 3 all over 3.
That's the end of the second round. Please keep them covered. Do not begin until I ask you to. Please put your pens down. Please come and push this thing for me. Thank you. At the end of the second round, Kumasi High School has 19 points. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School Legon has 19 points. St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School has 32 points. Round 3. This round has the problem of the day. The problem of the day is a single question to all 3 schools. From the time I ask you to begin, you have 3 minutes to present an answer from your school. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. In a Form 3 class at a senior high school, the students were asked to design an experiment to see whether vitamin A improves night vision. They selected 100 general arts students and gave 50 of the students extra vitamin A for 6 weeks, and then compared their night vision with that of the rest of the class. As a member of the science class, explain the following. A, how would you select the group to be given the extra vitamin A? B, how would you standardize their intake of vitamins? C, what tests would you conduct before giving the vitamin supplement? D, how would you record and test the students' night vision? And E, how would you analyze your results? Contestants, this is the problem of the day. You may now begin. Please stop writing and present your answers. Contestants, please pick up your notepads and present your answers as they appear here. Exactly as they appear here. Thank you. Mauli. I can't see around you. Thank you. Thanks. The contestants have presented their answers. Before I award the marks, let's look at the suggested solution from the consultants. This is a problem in biology, an interesting experimental problem. So, in a Form 3 class at a senior high school, the students were asked to design an experiment to see whether vitamin A improves night vision. So they selected 100 general arts students. I wonder why they didn't pick their own classmates. And gave 50 of the students extra vitamin A for 6 weeks, and then compared their night vision with that of the rest of the class. As a member of the science class explained the following. Obviously, the general arts people would want to know why and what you are doing. Okay. Before I even start with the questions, let me warn you that don't go and do this just like that. Seek permission. There's something called ethical clearance for experimenting on human subjects. So you do that first. Okay, so now the first question. How would you select the group to be given the extra vitamin A? All right, so this is how to go about your selection. Initially, any student already taking vitamin A supplements would be excluded, as well as students on a special diet. The group to receive the supplement would be selected at random, and the experimenter should not know which students were in which group. So you see, you need to state how you are going to select people and who you are going to exclude. Okay? So for saying that clearly enough, 2 points. Second question, how would you standardize their intake of vitamins? The students will be asked not to change their diet from their normal one during the course of the experiment. Vitamin A tablets of a recommended dose would then be taken at intervals specified by a dietitian or doctor. So you are not going to stop people from eating. You are not going to do anything. You are just going to give them a specified amount while they continue their normal eating habits, right? Okay. For saying this clearly, 2 points. Next, what tests would you conduct before giving the vitamin supplements? Okay, what you should do is to check the student's night vision or test the night vision at the start of the experiment to establish a baseline for each student. So test first before you do anything. D, how would you record and test the student's night vision? A standard test card could be used at a specified distance in a dimly lit room, not influenced by changes in the outside light intensity. The left and right eyes would be tested separately. A method of scoring would have to be devised. For example, the number of correct identifications weighted for the size of type. A standard time for students to become acclimatized to the dim light before starting the test would have to be decided. You see the kind of detail you should think about? So for this kind of detail, 2 points. And then finally, how would you analyze your results? Okay, so now the mean score, you need to do some statistics. The mean score for each group would be calculated, and the difference determined, the difference between the beginning and then the end point. It would then have to be judged whether this difference was significantly greater than the differences within either of the groups. So you do some serious statistics to decide whether you have achieved your aim or not. 2 points, giving a total of 10 points. Now, contestants. St. Thomas Aquinas. Yes, you want to pick the students randomly. That's great, but you didn't tell us your exclusion criteria. Who you are getting out of the place and all that. It's not enough detail, so 1 point for that. You didn't attempt the B. The C, yes, you want to test before you start, so 2 points for that. When it gets to the kind of test you're going to do, no detail whatsoever, it's not going to work. So no mark for that. And then the last part, no. No. Last part also doesn't work. That leaves you with 3 out of 10. Presbyterian boys. Yes, you are also selecting your subjects randomly. Good. But your exclusion criteria and other things, no. So 1 out of 2 for that. When it gets to the B, in fact, I was having difficulty understanding what you mean. Yes, no. So I didn't give you any points for that. C, yes, you want to check before you actually give the vitamin A, so I give you 2 points for that. And then D, you have the rudiments of something you want to do in terms of the details of the check-in, but it's not detailed enough to help us. I'm giving you 1 out of 2, though. Okay, the final one, no. Didn't even complete it. So that gives you a total of 4 out of 10. Kumasi High School, random selection, but no exclusion criteria, 1. The B, you want to control the food. It's not detailed enough, but yes, you do have to control their food. So I'll give you 1 there out of the 2. Then you want to test the vision before you start. That's the right thing to do. 2 points there. When it gets to the D, no, this is not put the students in dark places. No, I'm not giving you any marks for that. And then finally, the E. You have an idea what to do, but it's not detailed enough, so I'm giving you 1. So that gives you a total of 5 out of 10. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. You may pick up your notepads. What happened? Before we begin the fourth round, I would like to acknowledge that the National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We also have support from TIGO, GOIL, Prudential Life Insurance, Accra College of Medicine, GCB Bank, and City FM. We are produced by Primetime. Thank you. Round 4. In this round, I'm going to be presenting you with statements. When you receive a statement, please consider the statement very carefully and let me know whether it's true or false. If you are right, 2 points. If you are incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case that statement becomes available to the 2 other schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If the answer is right, 2 full points. If the answer is incorrect, it fetches a penalty point. Best wishes to all 3 schools. I'm starting with you, St. Thomas Aquinas. Your statement. Transpiration is a physical process, whereas evaporation is a physiological process. Yes, Christopher.
And false.
You're right. In a natural environment, transpiration is a regulated process, whereas evaporation is a non-regulated process. Yes, Jerry.
It's true.
You're right. The total amount of water that a plant loses through cuticular and lenticular transpiration is more than the water that it loses through stomatal transpiration. Senna.
False.
You're right. Firing alpha particles through any metal sheet about 1 centimeter thick, all the alpha particles would be absorbed. Yes, Christopher.
And false.
Oh, no. The penetrating power of the alpha particle is poor. Kumase, firing a narrow beam of alpha particles through a very thin sheet of 0.00004 centimeter gold foil, the beam would be broadened. Yes, Jerry.
It's false.
No, that's a true statement. That's because you have scattering by the gold atoms in the foil. Presbyterian boys, passing a beam of alpha particles through a very thin 0.0004 centimeter gold foil. A few would be scattered because they pass very close to the nuclei of gold atoms. Senna?
True.
Yes. The frequency of the sound produced by an approaching siren, as heard by a stationary observer, is greater than the frequency heard when the siren is receding. Yes, Christopher.
And that is true.
Yes. The frequency of the sound produced by a stationary siren as heard by an approaching observer is the same as the frequency heard by a receding observer. Yes, Jerry?
It's false.
You're right. The frequency of the sound produced by an approaching siren as heard by an observer moving towards the siren is greater than the frequency heard when the observer is stationary? Yes, Senna?
True.
You're right. The graph of y equals negative square root of x is the same as that of y equals square root of negative x. Yes, Christopher?
And false.
Yes. If f of x is equal to negative 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 7, then f of negative x is equal to 3x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5x plus 7. Yes, Jerry?
It's false.
Oh, no. The graph of y is equal to negative x raised to the power 4 is a reflection in the x-axis of that of y is equal to x raised to the power 4. Senna?
True.
No. The oxygen binding affinity of hemoglobin is directly related to both the acidity and the concentration of carbon dioxide. Christopher?
That is true.
No. The oxygen binding affinity of hemoglobin is not related to the acidity and the concentration of carbon dioxide. Yes, Jerry?
It's true.
No. The oxygen binding affinity of hemoglobin is inversely related to both the acidity and the concentration of carbon dioxide. Senna?
True.
Yes. The reaction P4O6 plus 6H2O going to 4H3PO3 is a redox reaction. Christopher?
Madam, false.
Yes. The reaction H3PO4 plus NH3 going to NH4H2PO4 is simply acid-base reaction. Jerry?
It's false.
No, that's a true statement. Sodium, aluminium, and zinc metals are all good reducing agents. Senna?
True.
Yes. If a body radiates 10 watts of thermal energy at 100 degrees Celsius, then it radiates 20 watts at 200 degrees Celsius. Christopher.
And false.
Yes. If a body radiates 10 watts of thermal energy at 100 degrees Celsius, then it radiates 160 watts at 200 degrees Celsius. Yes, Jerry?
It's true.
No.
True.
Yes. Raised to when f of x is divided by x minus c, the remainder is b. Hence, c is equal to b squared minus 5b plus 3. Senna,
False.
you are right. And that's the end of the fourth round. At the end of the fourth round, Kumasi High School has 25 points. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, Legon, has 36 points. St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School has 45 points. Fifth and final round. In this round, I'm going to be reading out clues. Your objective is to solve the riddle. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third or any clue thereafter, 3 points. For an opportunity to solve the riddle, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, St. Thomas Aquinas? Thank you. Presbyterian Boys. Thank you. Kumasi High School. Thank you. When you ring, the answer must be ready. There are 4 riddles. In the animal kingdom, the phenomenon is called multiple birth. The products of multiple birth share several common characteristics.